GTA Deva. The third day started out just like the two previous days had been, but then I suddenly arrived to a border checkpoint, this inside the European Union. I later learned that Romania is not part of the Schengen agreement, and this is why the border check has remained. Mostly it seems just like a formality that's not taken too seriously. After that, the ride could continue. Forget what you've been told and ride this open road. This open road. I was warned that card payments only work in cities, so I decided to make a stop to withdraw some cash and eat. So I came to have a little snack after a fuel stop, and there's no card payment. I had two big bills of local that the cash machine gave me, which is a lot, but she doesn't have any change to give me, and now I'm all alone here till she went out to look for a way to make the money smaller. Short summary of my first stop in Romania. The food choice of the locals can be trusted. Younger people understand English, and if someone stops to let you walk over the crosswalk, someone is sure to honk at that person. I am now at the Deva fort that's on top of a volcano, and yeah, there you see the outer wall. The outer wall has the classical notches and little ledge, if you can spot that, where the archers can stand. I think that's good enough. I mean, we're not going to go up there, are we? We are, aren't we? Look, I can see the road I came on. The view is nice, right? Then the climbing is not done. This is the castle up close. As you can see, it has a circular or spiral shape, so a lot more climbing to do. And this is a southeast or east side of the castle. The last close-up we did was behind the tower. That was like west, sort of. And the view to the city. It is a big city. Well, this is disappointing. I'm on the drawbridge now, and there's no way in because, I mean, the bridge is down, but the place is closed. It looks like some kind of renovation work. Well, at least I got to enjoy the views and climb some stairs. Yeah, I guess it's time to go down again. But I'm not taking the stairs this time. I'm afraid of heights and they're just too steep, so I'll take the long way down. There's like a spiral road around the castle to go down on. Yeah, nice views, definitely nice views, but shame about the castle. I just wanted to add that this is the closest that I have been to a volcano, at least knowingly. As I mentioned, this castle is built on top of a dead volcano, so I'm basically on top of a volcano. Cool, pretty cool. This is another gate, similar to the one I started the climbing from, but this is like halfway on the spiral road. So if you don't consider the bypass next to it, then that's a good spot for fortification, because you know if you're conquering, you're coming up this spiral road, obviously, and you're halfway up, and then suddenly you need to start fighting and breaking down doors. Yes, the bypass there definitely is a little oopsie that they made, but other than that, good planning. With the soundtrack of freshly laid eggs, I have arrived to my next sightseeing destination of today. The inner yard part is partially under construction or renovation, but at least we're still allowed in here, which is very, very important, as we just found out. This part and all its beauty can be observed, luckily. While it is much cooler inside, the, how would you say, mood is not that cool at all, as you can see. Though, based on the size of this, Romanians were extremely short. If you look at this distance, well, the whole machine is maximum 2 meters, and this bit can move like, what, 20-30 centimeters max. So there's no head hole. That means arms or legs in there and arms or legs in there. And how short do you need to be to stretch on this? In the dungeon, the interesting engineering continues, as you can see, or maybe, hopefully you can. There are ropes that this cage should be hanging from, but it also has feet it's standing on. So why the ropes? I'm on a little like balcony place right next to the entrance. You can get a better look from the or off the towers from here. And there's the entrance. That's where we came from. A lot of souvenir shops there. Guarded by a wall. One thing I noticed is that every ledge and every like hand rail or hand guard or what do you call them by the stairs in this castle is not made of wood but stone. I am amazed at the detail craftsmanship that has gone into every entrance. Even door hinges are decorated. Well, these are definitely chairs for living with siblings. Now this is interesting. I think this is like a separate tower, and here we have a view to the wall of the other side, and we're on like a wooden bridge. I don't want to look down, I'm afraid of heights, but this is completely separated, which again has some benefits when defending, I guess. Many stairs later, we are the highest level of the tower where we are allowed to. There are double walls, as it seems. I'm not sure if that's because cannons came along or what. We can sort of get an idea of the castle here from these windows, but oh, can I fit through here? There's the entrance and the towers at front, and that's the bridge that brought us into this tower. So this is the tower we were in before. We are now in the next one. We can get a view to the inner yard from here. And to the city. I'm not sure if the view compares to the previous castle. Most likely not, but the castle itself, that's spectacular. I am now on the outer wall. I believe the one behind there, that's the tower we were on last. But when I talked about the decorations of entrances, look also at the windows. The amount of detail put into these. And the narrow windows have mosaics in them. Well, these square ones do too. There are two different spaces, or three even, I think, between the actual castle and this outer wall. And I'm not really sure what could have been the purpose. Were they expecting this wall to be breached and wanted to have extra level of walls, or like layer up? I'm not sure, but there's a notch there where you can come and go from. I'm not sure if this one has that. There's a ladder here, but that would imply that there is not. Let's see this one too. So that was the Corvin castle, and now I'm not sure. First of all, I want to get the drink because I'm completely dry. I feel like there's a desert in my mouth already. It's difficult to talk even. But then I would probably go and see some natural sightseeing. You know, expand the scope of the expedition, and of course look for a place to stay overnight. Expedition has reached the edge of a tiny village called Georgio, or Georgio by pronunciation is probably incorrect, and we are looking for caves. Apparently there should be some caves here that are called Outlaw caves, which already paint a picture what they are famous for. But can we find them? After following almost dried riverbed, where you can still hear the water flowing, I came upon this, which I am suspecting is exactly what we are looking for. No idea how much we can see. Okay, with 2 flashlights we can get some idea. It's muddy floor, but the cave is rather big and tall. The light can't even reach the top enough for the camera to pick it up. I would say this is a good one-person apartment size. This is the exit. Yeah, definitely outlaws could hide out here. At least it protects from rain, and if you make fire, you will be warm. On the outside there's this interesting thing. I wonder what has caused this. Has there been like a spring or something here? Now, when we get back, I need to show you something. What I passed through before. I saw some statues in the place there where you would least expect them. Yeah, you'll see in a bit. And how's this for a roundabout in a tiny village? We were led to the next spot by a road that looks like an old Roman road even. That makes me think, if the old stories are true, the statues, the road, they say that Romania is named so because it's a Roman country, meaning it was founded and brought up by Rome, the Roman Empire. That could actually give our expedition a very specific goal: to find something more valuable than the Holy Grail, a knowledge that some say Romans possessed, something that mankind has been searching for so long but has not found, but yet it could already be found by the Romans. So stay with the channel and see how it goes. Maybe we will find it. But right now, let's take a look at some waterfalls. No good expedition can do anything without properly resting. So I called it a night and booked a place for myself. Of course, as being the expedition leader now, I can't settle for anything less than a villa. So here it is. Of course, I didn't book the whole villa, just one part of it. This is like the kitchen side. Here we have the bathroom and the bedroom, and a closable window. So this is it. I will now rest and we'll continue again tomorrow.